So, Messi and Ronaldo, the two goats of football, were about to face off in one of the most epic El Clásicos ever. But here's the twist. It wasn't just about winning the game. It all kicked off with a mysterious text. Both Messi and Ronaldo got the same message before the match. I need your full performance tonight. Short, kinda creepy, but clear. They knew they had to bring their A game, not just for the fans, but because someone important was watching. And that someone? A super rich billionaire from the Middle East. Chilling in the VIP stands, ready to make a decision that could flip football on its head. The stadium was packed with nearly 100,000 fans. Real Madrid took control right from the start. Ronaldo got an early touch near the box, while Barca tried to keep the ball moving with some slick passes. But Madrid's defense wasn't letting anything through. Di Maria tried a long shot, but it sailed way over the bar. And Benzema had a chance to, but totally fluffed it. Barca wasn't doing much better, struggling to create any real chances. Then in the 22nd minute, everything changed. Out of nowhere, Ronaldo made his move, slipping past the defense and slotting it past Valdez 1-0 to Madrid. But Barca wasn't backing down. They kept pushing, and in the 30th minute, Messi did what Messi does best. Pulled off some magic. He tied it up 1-1, and the stadium exploded. Real's defense was all over the place, and Messi made them pay for it. The second half kicked off, and Messi decided it was time to show off. He danced around Ramos and nearly scored, but it wasn't over yet. Ronaldo tried to answer back but got fouled by Busquets. The Barcelona fans did everything to throw Ronaldo off his game, even pointing lasers at his face. But when it came time for the free kick, he completely botched it, sending it straight into the wall. Then came Messi's turn. A free kick right outside the box, and Messi lined up, took the shot, and bam! Right into the top corner. 2-1 to Barca. The ball curved perfectly, leaving Casillas no chance. Messi had done it again, and now Barca had the lead. But Ronaldo wasn't going to let that slide. Just a few minutes later, he found his moment and smashed it into the net. 2-2. It was back to square one. Both Messi and Ronaldo had scored twice, making this match an absolute classic. With just 20 minutes left, anything could happen. Messi nearly got his hat-trick. Iniesta had a close call, and Montoya hit the crossbar with a shot that had everyone on their feet. The game was crazy, and both teams were throwing everything they had at each other, before discovering the secret man who changed the football forever. If you're liking the video so far, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more football insights and updates. Up in the stands, the billionaire Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan was watching closely. When the match ended, it stayed 2-2. Messi and Ronaldo, the two GOATs, had given everything they had. They exchanged a look at the final whistle like, yeah, we're the best. But here's where things get wild. Sheikh Mansour, totally blown away by what he'd just seen, decided that night to buy Manchester City. He started pouring millions into the club, turning them into a powerhouse. And it all started with this match, with Messi and Ronaldo pushing each other to the limit. That one decision didn't just change City, it changed football forever. Soon other billionaires jumped in, like at PSG, and the transfer market went nuts with crazy money flying around. But it all goes back to this one night when a billionaire fan decided to change the game for good. The story of Sheikh Mansour's takeover of Manchester City is wild. English football had already been rocked by the arrival of billionaires like Roman Abramovich with his purchase of Chelsea in 2003. But when Sheikh Mansour bought Manchester City in 2008, it wasn't just a billionaire stepping in. It was a trillionaire family from Abu Dhabi. This was a whole new level. Here's how it all went down. Thaksin Shinawatra, who owned City at the time, was desperate to sell. Why? He had just been ousted in a military coup in Thailand and had his assets frozen. But luckily for him, there was someone eager to buy, Sheikh Mansour. At first, though, there was a bit of confusion. The deal's frontman was Suleiman Al Fahim, a flashy real estate developer who starred in a local version of The Apprentice with his own catchphrase, "Impress me." Everyone thought he was the new owner. He was all over the media, boasting about signing Cristiano Ronaldo and comparing himself to a bulldozer that couldn't be stopped. But soon enough, it was clear that Al Fahim was just a middleman. He was quickly replaced by Khaldoon Al Mubarak, a much more low-key but powerful figure who still runs the show today. Right after the takeover, the spending spree began. Within hours, City signed Brazilian star Robinho for £32 million, just before the transfer window slammed shut. And that was only the start. In the coming years, they poured over £1 billion into the squad, breaking records and shaking up the Premier League. But who exactly was Sheikh Mansour? The guy was a ghost, never giving interviews and only attending one City home game in 9 years. All people knew was that he was a senior royal from the UAE, one of the richest men in the world, and super connected within the Abu Dhabi royal family. His brother, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, is the crown prince and controls the military and security in the UAE. These guys run things. Mansour's purchase of City wasn't just about football. It was about something much bigger, building a global sports empire. Today, the City Football Group owns clubs all over the world, from New York to Melbourne to Japan, and even has a stake in a team in Spain. It's a massive operation that's all about extending Abu Dhabi's influence. In 2014, he founded the City Football Group, which now owns or holds stakes in 13 clubs across the globe, including New York City FC, Girona FC, and Palermo FC. This isn't just about collecting clubs as trophies. It's a smart way to share data, improve player development, expand fan bases, and attract more sponsors. The CFG is valued at a whopping $4.8 billion, proving that Mansour's vision is as much as business as it is about football. But here's the thing. While City fans have enjoyed the success Mansour has brought, there's a darker side to all this. The 2022-23 season was one for the history books in the Premier League, with Manchester City pulling off the incredible treble, winning the Premier League, FA Cup, and the Champions League. This marked a defining moment for the club and for Mansour. Alongside City, Newcastle United also had a standout season after being taken over by Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, led by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And let's not forget Paris Saint-Germain, reigning champions of League One, owned by Qatar's Emir. It's clear that the biggest clubs in Europe are now dominated by Middle Eastern oil wealth. But what's driving this trend? Why are the Middle Eastern elites so eager to buy into European football? We have Yasser Al-Rumayyan, who became the face of Newcastle United's new ownership in October 2021. He's the governor of Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. But let's be real. The real power here is Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The Newcastle takeover sparked huge controversy, especially with the van driving around St. James Park carrying a Justice for Jamal Khashoggi banner. Khashoggi, a journalist critical of the Saudi regime, was brutally murdered in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in 2018, a crime U.S. intelligence believed was sanctioned by the Crown Prince himself. Amnesty International has been vocal, urging the Premier League to reconsider its owners and directors' test to factor in human rights issues. Initially, the Premier League did block the Newcastle takeover, but later reversed its decision, claiming it had received legally binding assurances that the Saudi state wouldn't control the club. But with the Crown Prince overseeing the PIF, that claim seemed a bit shaky. The concept of sportswashing, using sports to clean up a tarnished reputation, fits the situation like a glove. Middle Eastern countries, traditionally dependent on oil, are under pressure to diversify their economies as the world shifts towards renewable energy. Qatar's hosting of the 2020 FIFA World Cup is a prime example. The tiny desert nation poured $220 billion into building new stadiums, hotels, and infrastructure, creating a spectacle that aimed to make the world proud of the Middle East as they promised. But while the Middle East dazzles on the global stage, shadows linger. Despite its glitzy image, issues like women's rights, oppression, and the poor treatment of migrant workers remains critical problems. During the construction of Qatar's World Cup infrastructure, over 6,500 migrant workers reportedly died, highlighting the dark side of these grand projects. The Middle East's drive to diversify its economy and prepare for a post-oil era must go hand in hand with genuine efforts to improve human rights. A country can only thrive sustainably if it addresses these deep-rooted issues. So when you see Middle Eastern billionaires and royals buying up football clubs, remember it's not just about the love of the game. It's a complex mix of business, politics, and image management. The pitch is just one part of a much larger playing field, where the stakes are higher than just winning trophies. You might have heard about Saudi Arabia's huge push into soccer, and let me tell you, it's not just about making headlines. Saudi Arabia is aiming to shake up the football world with some seriously bold moves. They've got their eyes set on hosting the 2034 FIFA World Cup, and trust me, they're not just hoping for it. They're going all out to make it happen. The 2026 World Cup is set for the US, Mexico, and Canada, while the 2030 tournament will be a globe-trotting affair across Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. But Saudi Arabia? They're already laying out a bold and exciting blueprint for 2034, and it's going to be a game changer. Last summer, Saudi Pro League clubs went on a transfer spree like never before. We're talking nearly $1 billion spent on 94 players from Europe's biggest leagues. Neymar Jr., Karim Benzema, and even Cristiano Ronaldo have joined the SPL. And they're not just filling seats, they've raised the bar for the whole league. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has made it clear. If sportswashing helps boost the GDP, he's all in. He's been upfront about his intentions, and his investments are reshaping the SPL. The Public Investment Fund has pumped billions into Saudi clubs, making them some of the top spenders globally. Al Hilal alone shelled out over $378 million this year, outspending teams like PSG and Arsenal. With all these star players coming to the SPL, is Saudi Arabia setting itself up as the next big football hub? Critics might say it's just a flashy rebranding effort, but there's no denying the kingdom's serious commitment. Ahmed Hegazi and Tariq Ahmed have already made waves, playing crucial roles at Al Ittihad, clinching the league title. And it's not just Egyptians, there's a growing presence of Algerians, Tunisians, and Moroccans too. Traditionally, the best talent from these countries has gravitated toward Europe, but that might be changing fast. For countries that haven't been big exporters of talent like Iraq and Iran, Saudi Arabia's league is becoming a golden opportunity. Hassanin Mubarak, an Iraqi football writer, highlights how up-and-coming players like Mohammad Ali a few years ago could now find a home in Saudi Arabia's top clubs. With rising standards and more money in the game, this could be a game-changer for young talents. Iran, facing economic challenges and international sanctions, could also benefit. The recent diplomatic thaw between Tehran and Riyadh could make the Saudi League an attractive destination for Iranian players and clubs struggling with financial woes. With improvements in facilities, coaching, and youth development, especially if the country hosts the 2034 World Cup, the rise in domestic standards could be massive. Local players now training alongside world-class stars might soon be ready for international exposure. But with all this investment and star power flooding in, one big question remains. Is Middle Eastern money ruining the beautiful game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoy this deep dive, and subscribe for more football insights and updates. Hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and keep your game face on.